Yo, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is Demonstration6039, and welcome again to Warframe. So, we have a very interesting ribbon, which I've seen before. So, basically, we need to complete and exterminate of level 30 or higher enemies with a hobble key without being detected. So, I'm gonna sit there and show you what weapons I recommend, the loadouts I recommend, and the companion and or animal that you should take with you that I recommend. So in this case, I would actually suggest Prisma Shade, and obviously you would probably need the Ghost mod, which would allow you to cloak within 10 meters of the enemy. Unless you don't have it modded up, it goes to about 5.8, which really isn't all that good. But as long as you don't attack any of your enemies, it shouldn't cause any problems. Also, bring in a vacuum mod for collecting loot, collecting ammo and such like that. So let's get down to what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to show you my loadout, and then we're going to get down to the mission. So exactly what I'm going to do is actually alter a new one, because I don't need any health duration mods due to the fact that we're going to do, or apparently this one either, Equilibrium. What we're going to do is soup him up with a bunch load of effective strengths and anything basically power related mods. So we'll hit him up with that, and this one will increase my aura just a little bit. So I definitely do recommend Energy Siphon, because what it does is it keeps on giving your Warframe energy. I mean, it's a very slow amount, but at least you actually get energy if you need to sit there. So it does help. So we're going to bring a couple of these, due to the fact that it'll also increase the energy sent to shields. Well, that would be actually pretty well useless now that I think about it, but whatever. Let's head over to here, see what else we could probably get for energy effectiveness. But according to, if I remember, these polarities, they're actually distinctly for health and or defense type situations, which it seems to be pretty well accurate. Status duration, that actually might come in handy. Oh, so it'd be, okay, so it's status duration to myself. So like I said, I'm trying to be as stealthy as possible, so I'm not looking forward to actually getting shot. And if I end up getting detected, I'm actually going to quit the mission and try it again. But it seems like there's not really anything that's actually going to help in this situation. However, I do have a ice type weapon, so maybe bringing ice resistant mod would probably be pretty good, which I'm not sure if there even is, because I see fire resistance and I know there's toxic resistance. There we go. Okay, now increase this, so that way when we end up, if we end up getting shot by our own weapon, it won't hit us with a cold damage and freeze us and slow us down, because then it would also slow down fire rate for our weapon, so that probably would not be the best thing. Whoop. There we go. Switched it on back over. That's actually a very low segment of health, which might end up hurting me pretty bad. Let's hold on one second. I just remembered something. Okay, so I do not have that here. Good. It looks like we're gonna have to try to play around with something. Usually this has power related type stuff. Yes, there we go. might need that. Puts up the power strength. Primarily we're going to be doing stealthy, so we're not going to be actually looking for really much power. So if I can find a mod that's actually going to sacrifice strength for effectiveness, that might be recommended. But I'm not 100% sure if I even have such a thing. I don't even know if it exists, but if it does, then that's pretty cool. And that would be highly necessary for this character, due to the fact that he really doesn't evolve around strength. So... which it doesn't seem like it's going to be here. Okay, so much for narrowing down the search. Yeah, sorry this was taking so much time. I actually did not think of this beforehand, so oops. So if you guys do end up wanting to skip through all of this, go ahead and skip a little bit. But I will be actually talking about what kind of weapons and what loadout I will be using for those. So if you ever do have any questions about those, go ahead and you might want to back it up just a tad bit. So feel free to skip if you want. So let's see here. Apparently this was going to be taking a little bit longer than I thought, and I definitely already put that on there. Don't need toxic resistance, don't need that. Man, I might just end up putting a shield mod on or something, which would suck. I want to actually... oh. That is close, but that's not what I needed. That's not it. What was that one? Okay. Shield levels, all that. Oh, this is backwards. Okay. That's not what I want at all. Because I want more strength. Or, sorry, I want less strength, but more effectiveness. That's what I want. Actually, I believe that is what I'll need. And... okay, here we go. This one's primarily the one we're going to be using. So, yes, strength seems to be not needed. It would basically do it for this ability here, and I don't feel we're going to actually be using disarm all that much. So... okay, so we're back here. Actually, no, that's for distinctly snipers, it's not bows. Power strength yet again, already have it. Not really much, don't even need it. I would love to replace it, please. Which it seems like since we're getting to the end of the list, we're not going to be able to do that. And like I said, okay. We might need to do something a little different. So, as a just-in-case scenario, let's get a little bit more shields. Actually, no wait, I'm just gonna leave it the way it was. Because, like I said, there's really not much combat that we're actually going to be doing other than basically remaining stealthy. So, and this will probably less health would probably actually make me a little bit more cautious. So, alright, so I'm going to show you guys this loadout real fast, so just go ahead and pause if you guys need to. But So that's how I have that loadout. And as you guys can see, my critical chance is 125%. So that means pretty much what it means. Like, I'm basically just going to destroy every enemy pretty much with critical damage in general. So in each time, it's going to be a damo multiplier of 5.6. 1 second. So again, this is going to be the mod we're going to try to open up. Like I said, you're going to need the hobble key and all that. And I will show you where to get the hobble key in just a few moments. So just go ahead and look at the stats on the right as it's through, sorry, the stats on the left, and look through the mods here. So we might, actually now that I think about it, might need to increase the fire rate of the lens. If I can do that without actually getting rid of any of these. Actually, this isn't really highly necessary, because all it just basically does is increase fire damage and puts it to blast. But then again, yeah, seems pretty mandatory now. And that kind of decreases damage a little bit. And in order for you to have high critical chance, you also, and in order for it to be a decent multiplier, you also need to have a good set of damage for that multiplier to even work effectively. So I guess we'll just probably put something here within only polarity of 2, so that way we don't have to replace anything else. Yeah, it's probably not going to be that strong, obviously, but it will. Actually, this would probably be a little mandatory to have as a replacement, but the problem is I'm kind of out of space. And, well, I would have to actually replace something else, and like I said, it seems like I'm not going to actually do that. So let's just find something to replacement of 2. Now, this is just a hush mod. It just basically hushes the weapon. Now, notice in real life you'll actually hear it still be a little loud, but it'll actually be a stealth weapon. So if you have it at 100%, it'll already, you know, nobody will be able to hear it. So I just noticed that my weapon is alarming. I was ill aware of that. Now, if I get rid of this, it only might be like 5 rounds, so let's try that. So now it's going to be a silent weapon. That might explain why all the other times I've been attempting that it's actually been pretty damn alarming. So, and just for the melee weapon, and then we'll actually get started. Alright guys, so just so you know, the reason why I recommend that's funny, recommend this weapon is because distinctly when you do a stealth finisher, which is usually behind enemy targets, it actually provides you to be cloaked for about 5 seconds. Maybe I'm giving it a little bit too much credit. It may be that, but also just so you know, if you do commence another attack, you will be uncloaked immediately. So you need to stealthily assassinate your target and move, basically. So I recommend Loki, obviously, because, well, I mean, he's a stealth character to be starting with. I would recommend also an Ash Prime, but because of the fact that his smoke screen is pretty much alarming to the enemy, and it really much doesn't do a good set of stealth duration, or cloaking duration, I don't recommend him all that much. But he probably could still work for this situation. This weapon, obviously, like I said, is a bow, so that's one of the reasons why I choose it. The other reason is that it basically creates a dome and it detonates, so that's one of the other reasons why it's probably actually alarming. but while you fire the weapon, it's not actually alarming. So when it detonates, that's when it's alarming. Targets will look it directly into your location, so be advised on that. This weapon, when it's fully charged, actually in general, when you fire it, it does use 4 rounds of ammunition. And it has 32 rounds, so you would think to yourself, oh, this doesn't deplete fast enough. Well, trust me, it does. So using 4 rounds each time, even if you don't charge it or you do charge it, it does use 4 rounds and seems to use quite a bit of ammo. So when it's fully charged and you kill a target with it, it obviously does enhance damage, but it also, what it does is creates a ghostly haze of one of your enemies, and they will actually fight with you for, I want to say about like 7 to 6 seconds. So it's not really all that much. So, and like I said, Shade with the Ghost mod will help us cloak if needed, but sometimes the Shade does not actually seem to be more necessary rather than actually relying on my equipment. But Shade will actually have a vacuum, which will also then be able to bring me resources. And this, at the location of gear, is where you're going to be able to find the hobble key. Now, where you need to find the hobble key is a little bit more difficult. So, you're going to have to go to the marketplace, which is this bench on the right as you come up from the ramp, really. And if you're coming back from navigations, it's going to be on the left. So, just make sure you're advised about that. So, it should be under equipment, and it should be keys and drones. Now, apparently it's not. That's interesting. Because it should be a hobble key, thus being, able to open doors and such. Alright, so make sure you press R1 on the D-pad to limit your search. What you're basically looking for is a blueprint. And it seems to be a little more irritating than I was actually going to anticipate. Okay, so just press equipment. Let's see where it may be, which seems like it's going to be a problem because I can't really much find it. And all of that's going to be, like Tenogen, that's all like money affiliated or platinum affiliated stuff. I'm highly confused as to why I can't find this. Okay, so it'd probably be under gear. Let's find out. Also, make sure you have a good set of these. It does cause less resources to grab the one with the 10 multiplier bundle rather compared to using a single siphon. Yes, it sits there and probably uses less credits, but it does end up using more resources. Like if you actually divide it right in the middle, basically. So yeah, it uses a lot more. As you can see, this only uses 1 credit, 100 credits. So if you were to multiply that by 10, that would only be 1,000. So using that, it actually only uses, 9,000, so you're paying an extra 8,000 to establish it. So just go ahead and basically do the math of the resources, and it should relatively come up to be pretty well, at least at the time that I've used it, it actually looks like it might just be as equal now, but never mind. Anyway, I just do recommend you to use the 10 multiplier because each one is finished in a minute, and think about waiting for each one every minute is kind of, time consuming. So I just don't understand why I can't find what I'm trying to look for. Actually, hold on a second. I don't remember seeing that when I was under equipment. Yeah, because just right now I'm actually trying to just find it, basically. Oh, okay. Well, that's the wrong item. Sorry. Accidentally clicked X on that. And I'm a little concerned as to why the hell I can't find it. Here, let me just try to... dragon keys, I believe they're called. I don't know if it needs to be capitalized, so we'll just do that and get it out of the way. Alright, so let's just do keys. Oh no. Alright, so let's just back out and do it again. Okay, so now. So a helmet and a skin, or bundle, is known as a key, huh? Okay. Let's try it again. Alright, so let's just keep going. There should be derelict keys in here, right? Alright, you know what? Hold on. Oh, hold the... There you go. There we go, okay. I'm just confused as to why I can't find it anymore. Highly upset and disappointed, actually. Must be a dojo thing, but the last time I checked, I don't remember it being one. So maybe they changed it and they moved it to the dojo. I don't know. This is just really weird. Okay, I can't show you how to do that. Wow, that's a first. Seems like they actually changed it quite differently now. Well, anyway, so after you get the items, they should be under, I think, gear, right? Miscellaneous? No. Yeah, once again, here, look. Keys. Dragon key. Anyway, so you take the resources and you make them, and it should, like, as you can see, here's the derelict ship keys and all that. So I'm a little concerned as to why it didn't show up. It should have showed up there, because that's distinctly where I got it. They must have changed the location, unfortunately, to where you can actually get it. And, like I said, I actually didn't want to be I don't want to be taking this much time onto trying to find a freaking hobble key. But it's gotta be the dojo if it's anywhere. If it isn't, well, that's a little alarming. So, I'm just highly confused. Probably just as much as you guys. To where the hell it could possibly be. I don't have the slightest idea where it could possibly be. Let's check the syndicates. Maybe I'm mistaken and it has to be one of these guys that have them, but this is the one that I officially affiliated myself with when I first started, and it don't look like it's even there.
Do you see anything interesting?
Shut up, shutting up. Okay, let's try the last one. But I'm pretty sure it probably isn't here. Yep, boring. Didn't work. Thanks. Okay, I'm officially confused. The only place I could probably even see it probably coming from is Cephalon Samaris. So, since we happen to, you know, be on this subject, and, oh, I really want to find it for you guys. So, I think what we'll do is head to Cephalon Samaris, and after this, if it's not there, well, that's it. So, I hate to say it, guys, but you're going to be on your own. Maybe I can't see it because of the fact that I own those items. Oh, now it literally just occurred to me what it could possibly be. But, I have a feeling I already know exactly what it was. So, I'm probably going to end up deleting this video. Maybe not, because it already took me as long as it was. But we'll find out shortly. I'll probably end up deleting it so you don't have to go through all this crap. But now that I started thinking about it, I think I might know what it is. Oh, and just for the record, so you guys know, you can actually start getting other quest frames back. So if you're still looking for a Naros and like you got rid of them all those years ago and you're like crying because you can't get platinum and you don't want to spend money on it, well then you can grab every last one of his pieces and grab his golems. So if you're looking for sorry. I am so... Yeah, my brain just shut down. I'm so deleting this one.